TKO Boxing with Sherry Abassi. Today, I'm joined by English welterweight champion Bobby Dalton. Bobby, first of all, thank you very much for giving me a bit of your time tonight. I know we had to postpone due to me yesterday. Thank you for giving me a bit of your time. And how are you doing today, Bobby?
Yeah, all good, Sherry. Just been training there, so yeah, all good, mate.
Busy bee yourself. Obviously, we're roughly just under 2 weeks out now from the big fight on BBC 2, in fact. Boxer's first card as part of that deal as well with BBC, which has been quite a big thing in the boxing world, in particular in British boxing. And yourself, you are making the first defense of your English welterweight title. Talk to me a bit about that, Bobby, and how much of a big opportunity this is for someone like yourself, getting to really showcase your talents on such a big platform in the UK like the BBC.
Oh, it's massive, mate. Like you said, I've been waiting for a long time for an opportunity like this, and I'm going to grab it with both hands, mate. And it wasn't even a year ago I was boxing on the smaller shows. I didn't had a real fight yet, and then over the year, I beat someone who was 70-0 and one of the most feared welterweights in England, mate. So I'm flying at the minute. Another hard fight in a few weeks' time, but yeah, look, these are the platforms and shows I believe I deserve to be on. So yeah, can't wait, mate.
Absolutely, Bobby. And I think it's a good thing you mentioned there about how quickly, in particular in British boxing, someone can go from bringing on small hall shows to really getting a big opportunity like this. You took your last fight, the opportunity there, you did the business, and now you've got a title to defend on a massive show. And I think it sort of ties in with what happened this weekend. Someone like Dave Allen, who's been sort of a people's champion, who hasn't really won, a massive title yet, but he's always been a guy who people have backed and whose story they've followed because he's always taking the opportunities. And even whether he's won or lost, he's always, he's managed to capture the attention of people. And I think that is something in British boxing that we've always had, where we've had people who have always taken opportunities, and win, lose or draw, they can always get people to tune into their fights. Talk to me a little bit about your sort of style, Bobby, for the people who haven't maybe seen you. For such a big opportunity, you're going to get a chance to showcase your style. How would you describe your style to the people who haven't yet seen you?
My style, old school. I'm relentless, mate. I don't stop. Aggressive. I can box as well. Do you know what I mean? I showed that in my last fight. We had a game plan because we knew Ben Vaughan had been knocking people out early doors, so started off a bit reserved behind the jab, boxing him, and then just put it on him after and broke his heart. So yeah, I can do both, but yeah, I love to fight. Do you know what I mean? I'm very entertaining. Every fight I'm in is fight of the night. Do you know what I mean? And tune in next Saturday. You won't regret it. Put it that way.
No, of course. And I think it's good to hear, Bobby, that you said yourself you're an action fighter, but you also know how to box. So you've got boxing IQ, you've got that in the locker if you need it. And that game plan, the last fight, like you just mentioned as well, you knew to start off a bit more tentative and work your way into the fight, and then you can really have some success. So that's good to hear, and that'll hold you in a good position as you step up the levels in boxing as well, because it's not as simple as just going in there and just blowing guys out. That might be the case maybe early on in your career, but as you step up the levels, you have to show different sides to the game as well. How important do you think it is that you've got the ability to sort of adjust in a fight as well?
Oh, massive, mate. Like I said, I can do both. Not many people can, so yeah. When I need to, like I did in the last fight, when I need to, I can change things up, and like I said, vice versa. Do you know what I mean? When I need to grit it out, I can, and I've proved that in the last few fights, mate. I can do both, so yeah. I can't wait. I just can't wait to show everyone what I can do next week, because people wrote me off against Jeff Saunders 17-0 for an area title. People wrote me off against Ben Vaughan. People probably write me off again against Joel Kodua. But honestly, I think I'm one of the best kept secrets in British boxing. And October 25th, the secret's out, mate. Let me tell you, can't wait.
Yeah. I mean, Bobby, look, we can see behind you. The two titles are on show behind you. I can see in the background, and you've got some photos up on the wall. So obviously, you are a student of the game. You're someone who clearly respects the sport, and you're taking the opportunities that are given to you as well. So you're not shying away from that, which is great to see the passion and the desire.
This is my little man cave, mate. So
yeah,
got a few.
This is the motivation, isn't it? This is what motivates you to really push on. I've heard a lot of good things from you, from people in the boxing game, in terms of, like you said, you are one of the best kept secrets, especially up north as well. A lot of people say a lot of good things about you. correct me if I'm wrong, have you been sparring with Troy Williamson as well recently?
Yeah, so I Troy's, I used to train like in the same gym as Troy. We were stable mates. And then obviously we both had the same coach, Craig Carney, but he took a step back. So obviously Craig moved on to Jordan Williams, and obviously I went back with my dad, who I was with all the way through the amateurs anyways. But that was like a few fights ago. But yeah, I've been sparring Troy, did 10 rounds with him yesterday. And I've been sparring Ishmael Davis as well. So I've been sparring two top level lads. And yeah, one of them's going to spar Conor Ben. I think one of them's going to spar Eubank. So that just shows the caliber of people I've been sparring. But yeah, like I said, you can ask both of them. Like I said, I'm just ready to go, mate. Like I said, the 10 rounds yesterday. The 10 rounds yesterday of Troy. I've got some more sparring sorted for the end of the week. So yeah, just everything's going to plan, mate. And yeah,
those are two, guys who've been some big fights in the last sort of 12 to 18 months as well. So for you to have that sort of sparring and get that experience from them as well. I know you said you've already, you've been involved with Troy previously, but just the fact that he's coming off a massive win. Ishmael's been in some big fights in the last year. He's won some, he's lost some, but he's been involved. You know what I mean? He's been in the mix. So it's good to see you getting that experience as well. Just to rewind a little bit, Bobby, I know obviously you've got a massive fight coming up in 12 days from now. Talk to me a little bit about your background. What got you into boxing? Tell me a little bit about your family background. Do you come from a family of people who have boxed previously, or did they push you to get into boxing? How did you sort of start boxing, if you don't mind me asking?
So basically, my dad boxed in the army years and years ago, but that wasn't the reason I got on. So I started off with football, like everyone else does, really. And then me and my longest ever friend, Ben Jarvis, it was his dad actually. He said, "Oh, why don't we go down to the boxing gym?" Can't remember age, was quite young, and we started off, and I didn't really enjoy it at first. So then we kind of stopped, and I came back into it about probably say about 12-year-old, and then done it for ever since, really. But I only started really taking it seriously when I was about 18, because the egg guards came off. We were doing 3-minute rounds. And I think I won a lot of fights on the bounce. And I remember one day I was thinking, I can do some of this here. Do you know what I mean? And then ever since then, it's just been like that. But I always knew, and everyone else around me always knew, that my style was always suited to the pros. Like I said, I just bring people into deep waters, mate. And yeah, but yeah, so that's how I started. I started with my friends and just lose a bit of weight, like the cliche, and then just took out. But I've always loved to fight, like always. Like even when I was a kid, I was always fighting. I'm not trying to brag about that, but I was. It's just that's what I've always been a fighter. So yeah. But yeah, that's how I started. And obviously, my dad was a coach in the army, and then he started coaching at Red Car Amateur Box Club, where obviously I was trained out of. And yeah, we just went from there, really. And the rest is history, mate.
Absolutely. So all of that energy that you had as a kid, you sort of channel that into the positive sort of things, like boxing, for example, rather than hopefully getting up to hopefully not getting up to any bad stuff. You do manage to channel it into the right stuff and use it for a positive thing. And absolutely, now you built a career out of it. If you weren't a boxer, Bobby, what do you think you'd be doing in your life now?
Well, I've actually got another job, mate.
Okay, yes.
So I know boxing is an unforgiving sport. So I never put all my eggs in one basket. So I'm actually an assistant structural and asset engineer, mate, which is quite proud of the job I've got. Go to uni. Yeah. So I've actually been to uni today, mate. So
okay, amazing.
Yeah, like I said, the dream's always to become full-time boxer, but as you probably know, and as most boxers know, it's
difficult, yeah.
Yeah. The pyramid, you know what I mean? It's only the top 5% of boxers who can actually make a living. So yeah, I do that, and obviously as my full-time job. Obviously I train before and after work. But yeah, so that's what I'll be doing. I'll still be doing the same thing. But you need that. You need to be humble, because some people say, "Oh, you need to put all your eggs in one basket, go boxing." Well, I've seen it on the other end where people finish and they've got nothing. You have to start again. So I'll never put all my eggs in one basket, but that doesn't mean I train any less. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, of course. That makes
So,
complete sense. Like you
so,
said, there's people out there who go all in and then they're left with nothing. So it's not a risk that you should necessarily take. Maybe it's case by case. Some people will want to do that. That's fine. That's their life. But for you, you've got a structure that you want to follow. And like you said, you're going
if
to
I
uni.
could do boxing full time, I thought I'd do boxing full time. I would. Of course, it's what I was born to do. You know what I mean? But as most boxers obviously probably know, like it's at the minute it's not viable. Hopefully, after winning a week on Saturday, then you never know. So,
yeah, exactly. You've got to just get a few of those big wins under your belt, and potentially you'll get that chance to take it on full time. You said you mentioned uni. What uni are you at? Are you at local uni to yourself?
Yeah, so I've just started Teesside Uni this year.
Okay.
It's my first year starting. So yeah, just through my work.
How long's that course?
So it's part time. So it's about 5 years.
Okay, yeah. But that suits you though. For you to chase this dream, that suits you because then at least you can focus on both and give them both enough time. Otherwise, you'd be drowned in uni work. You'd struggle on the boxing side, wouldn't you? You wouldn't have any time or energy.
Definitely, mate. But like I said, I pride myself of being the hardest worker in every room. You can ask anyone who knows me when I work. You know, I do my work. I like my day-to-day work, but I train as hard as anyone else. Do you know what I mean? I do not stop, mate. And hopefully one day it's all going to pay off, mate. But yeah, like I said, that's what I pride myself on, being the hardest worker in every room I go in. So yeah.
Hopefully that will pay off for you, Bobby. It's inspiring to hear that, and I want to give you a hats off because, like you said, you could very easily just be doing something else, but boxing and maybe something else. But the fact that you're still chasing your education as well, and like you said, it's a 5-year course, so it's a long sort of goal, a long aim you've got, but also giving yourself the best chance to do something in boxing as well. It sort of goes hand in hand. So fair play to you, and I hope everything does go smoothly for you in this important portion of your career. In terms of the current sort of boxing landscape, Bobby, talk to me a bit about some of the fighters who have caught your eye and who you sort of follow closely worldwide, not necessarily just British boxers, but top 3 boxers for you in your opinion, who you like the most currently, and who you sort of tune in and pay attention to.
Currently, David Benavidez, probably my favourite.
That's a good one.
Fighter. I've always loved Canelo. Just a humble killer, a bit like myself. And yeah, my favourite ever boxer of all time is, I don't think he's officially retired, so he can be seen as active, but Triple G. I love Triple G. I love everything about him. His style, his persona. And like I said, he doesn't need to talk shit because he does his ring. And that's what I like about people, because I don't know, people talk a bit of shit and that, but they don't back it up. Do you know what I mean? And it's don't need to. Do you know what I mean? When you're a good fighter, you don't need to talk shit. That's what I see. Anyways, someone's talking shit to me, I'll talk it back, but I do my talking in the ring, and I do plenty of it. So
yeah.
So yeah, that's what they're the kind of fighters I like. I love David Benavidez' style. He's a bit like myself, tall and big for the weight and lets his hand go. So yeah, I see a few similarities with me and him. And obviously, Canelo and Triple G.
There's 2 fighters you mentioned there. I want to ask you questions about just briefly, because one's got a big fight coming up and one just had a massive fight himself. Someone like Canelo, for example, he's been the face of the sport for the last 10 years. He's won so many championships, undisputed at super middleweight. Of course, he did lose to Terence Crawford. Just give me a bit of a breakdown what you thought went wrong for him on the night, and how could he have potentially done anything different in your opinion?
I'm not sure, mate. I just didn't think he turned up. He didn't let his hands go, did he? But obviously, Terence Crawford is a
special fighter.
Very special fighter. So it's easier said than done. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think he was loading up. I think he had the wrong game plan. I think he could have let his hands go a bit more instead of loading up on shots. But yeah, like you said, it's easier said than done from sitting from outside the ropes. You know what I mean? When you're in there with a special fight like Terence Crawford, it's hard. So yeah, it's I don't know. I was quite surprised. I thought Canelo was going to walk through him, truthfully.
Really? Okay.
but my dad thought Crawford was going to win how he did. So
Yeah,
back and forth texting each other, and yeah,
it's a style thing, isn't it? I think Crawford's got that movement. Yeah, he's got that movement, and he's got that intelligence. And he is like slowing down. As great as he's been, he's naturally slowing down. It's Father Time. You can't do anything about that. He's been pro for almost 20 years now, 35 years old. He's slowing down now naturally. So is Crawford as well. But Canelo's style isn't suited to someone like
Crawford's actually older man.
He's 2 years older, isn't he? 3 years older almost.
Crazy. Like, that's what I mean. So, but yeah, like I said,
one of those special fighters. He's one of those all-time great special fighters who can pull it off like that. But that's the Canelo portion. You mentioned Benavidez being, arguably your favorite fighter and someone who you can relate to in a lot of ways. Talk to me a little bit about what you expect to see from him against Anthony Yarde, and how much of a chance does Yarde have, in your opinion, in that fight?
I actually rate Yarde, to be fair. But I just think David Benavidez is a different animal. I think you're just gonna outwork him. Just outwork him. I'm not sure he'll stop him. It might even go a distance, but I just think he's very good at what he does, Benavidez, and I think he'll just outwork him, and win comfortably. To be fair, truthfully, yeah.
Yeah, I'm similar to you in the sense that I quite like Anthony Yarde. He's been in some good fights. There's no real reason for me to criticize him or go too hard on him. But I just feel like Kovalev was a tough fight for him at that stage. Beterbiev was a beast when he fought him, and now the third time he's getting a chance he's fighting.
No, he hasn't had easy going, has he?
He has
fair play. Yeah, exactly. People would take the fight against David Benavidez and the other two we just mentioned there. So
yeah,
fair play. And the funny thing is, he's actually trained by the same coach my lad doing fighting is from the same gym.
Yeah. I saw on his Instagram. Yeah, it's the same coach. So that'll be interesting to see as well. Yeah. But Bobby, obviously we've touched on a few different things there. Sorry, but I wanted to get your sort of opinion on what's going on in the boxing world as well at the moment. We've seen some massive fights this year. There's still a massive few cards to come. Eubank Ben as well. What's your thoughts on that rematch? Did we need to see a rematch, or is it just a matter of getting another big fight in the UK?
I don't know, man. I don't know if we need to see the rematch, but it's happening, so I ain't complaining.
Moneymaker in it, yeah. Money spinner for everyone.
But to be fair, I think it's going to be a different fight this time around.
Why?
I'm not sure, mate. I ain't sure. I thought it was closer than what everyone made it out to be. I thought Eubank Jr. won. Don't get me wrong, but obviously everyone did say it was close, but it was a flip of a coin for me. Yeah, I don't know. I just think I want Eubank to win. Truthfully, I do want Eubank to win, but I can see Conor Benn winning this time around. I don't know why. I can actually see Conor Benn winning. But I like Eubank Jr. I like his persona. I like his style.
Yeah, he's fun. To be fair, you know what? I still think Eubank's going to win. I think it'll be the same sort of fight where it's all action, because that's what these two guys are. They're not the best boxers, but they're good fighters. You know what I mean? And they'll bring out the best in each other in that sense, and they'll tough it out and give us a war. But I think, it'd be interesting if Ben did it, because then we'll see it potentially a third fight. Because again, we're missing those big stadium fights in the UK right now, and we can get a third fight next year, similar sort of time, March, April time again at Wembley potentially. Because if it happens twice at Tottenham, they'll definitely do a third one at Wembley. Do 90,000 people. So I'm not saying we need to see a third one, but it depends how this fight goes. But I would be interested in a third one if that happens.
Yeah.
But,
it always depends how the second one goes. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think the way things are with a lot of the big British fights getting put on Riyadh season cards now as well, we haven't got as many headliners at the moment. I'm sure you'll agree with that. So I think this fight, if it does go the other way, that will be a plus for British boxing, because we pretty much know we're guaranteed a Wembley third fight next year. So there's always positives to sort of look at as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Bobby, just to wrap up as well, just give us a little bit on what we can expect from Bobby Dalton come October 25th. I know you're not a shit talker. You don't have to do any shit talking, just in general.
Nah, just like a good fight. You know what I mean? It's two young, hungry champions going at it. May the best man win. But yeah, you can expect excitement from me, put it that way. I do not stop. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you've seen me before, obviously you know. Or if you haven't, you're in for a treat, because yeah, I don't stop. And yeah, I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait to show everyone what I can do. I've been waiting for this sort of opportunity like this for a long, long time, and it's finally came, and I feel good. And yeah, I just believe it's my time. And after this, the only way is up, baby. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, like I said earlier, I believe I'm the one of the best kept secrets in British boxing. You can ask everyone who's been in the ring with me, everyone who's seen me fight, they'll agree. So yeah, I just can't wait. Can't wait to show everyone what I can do.
For sure. Thank you, Bobby. And where can the fans find you on social media, please?
Cheers, Sherry. And it's Bobby Dalton 98 on Instagram. Yeah. And then
do you use anything else?
I use Facebook. That's mainly for like family and stuff.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. And so Instagram, do you use Twitter or not?
I've got an account, but I don't really use it, mate. I'm not really a social media guy.
Fair enough. But it just gives the fans something to sort of follow you.
I like TikTok. I do. Even though that sounds mad, I always watch lots of mad videos on TikTok.
That's what I do. I just start scrolling for like half an hour, just all sorts of crazy shit. That's fine.
I'm bad for it, man. But,
no, I know exactly what you're talking about. But yeah, Bobby, I'll put your Instagram in there as well. People can see that. I'll tag that when I upload it and stuff. But just massive thank you for your time tonight, Bobby. And obviously, if I don't get to speak to you between now and fight night, best of luck on fight night. Go out there, put your heart and soul in the ring. I'm sure you will. That's your plan. And God willing, you come out victorious and move on to bigger and better things. And then hopefully we'll catch up after the fight with you again, yeah?
Yeah, good one. Yeah, cheers, Sherry, mate. Top man. I appreciate your time as well, bro.
No worries, bro. Thank you.